For those of you that are new, welcome, and be sure to give it a like or subscribe, or if you do like this, share this with somebody who might be interested. And welcome back if you are a subscriber, you've been here before. So this is going to be an interesting one. This week's healing session is going to be all about abundance. So this is a good one. So it's so sweet. It's really cute because the numbers are off about who's watching, and we get a like before it even shows that there's one viewer. But I'm super excited that you guys come and watch these. So typically what happens is you get like a whole bunch of healing in a short period of time for an affordable price. And I try to keep it low so that you guys can join as much as you would like for the different ones that are starting to be more focused, believe it or not. So we have a healing session. I come live every Thursday to discuss current energies and what it is that we're going to be getting into for a group healing session every Sunday, which is held at 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, which I believe is 6 hours ahead in, should be 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So it is live. Even if you can't make it live, it's totally okay. The energy will still reach you. So this one's amazing. So welcome, guys. So we've got some people coming in here. So there's been an interesting amount of activity. I have a new video that I'm going to be filming. They have some stuff that they want to talk about with what's going to be happening with men's internal growth process, which is going to affect the women on the planet. And for those that are like in same-sex situations, those who embody the masculine are, and this is for everybody on the planet, are going to be experiencing something different. But that'll be an entirely different video that we're going to be going into with that. I was going to try and wait until June, but it really, we're already been starting to see the effects of that. For those that are a little bit more sensitive, we've already started to see that. Now, every single week they give us something to focus on healing in terms of where we would like to go. And so last week we worked with physical healing, and this week we are working on, and even if you, and then this week we're working on abundance. So bringing more of that in and providing healing energy for that, for those that are interested. This week we'll be working, they're starting with 3 different rays of light for abundance. We'll be working with the green rays of light, so we'll have Archangel Raphael and Mother Mary again, and then we'll have, who else is coming in? The second ray of light, which is yellow, so we'll have all the beings of the second ray of light, and then we'll have the beings of light from the white ray they're staining. So yeah, that will be Gabrielle and Hope, and it's gonna be a full house essentially, and then we're gonna have some violet flame work that we're gonna be doing in specific relation to abundance. They're also talking about fertility here. So if some of you have been at all interested in getting pregnant and been working on fertility, abundance, fertility, and that sort of thing is all related. Something else that they're bringing up, what is it? They're talking about addiction. If you've got some addictions that you'd like to let go of, these rays of light are going to assist with that as well. It could be something simple. If you're wanting to let go of chocolate, that will help. Last week was a little bit more focused on that than this week, but this week they're stating it's the same sort of, at least one of the rays of light will be similar. So how are you guys doing? Say hi to me below and let me know what is up and who's here, and say hi and let me know how you are doing. And if you've been part of the healing experience and would like to share, please feel free to share below. Typically what happens is it's on the phone for some that are wondering what it's like, and everybody calls in at the same time, and it is anonymous, and people don't know who's there. You don't have to show your face. It's fairly silent, so you can come in your pajamas if you want to. It'll still reach you even if it's the middle of the night and you are attempting to sleep. So I've got a lot of numbers showing up today. It's interesting. I'm gonna remember that. What was the other thing that they were gonna mention? What was the other thing you wanted me to remember? There's something else, guys. Hang on. Yeah, so you end up calling in. We have international numbers, and if you can't make it live, or if you don't want to be on the phone, there's also internet options, and you don't have to show your face. So it's pretty cool conference system, and it's wonderful to be able to bring these rays in. It's a great way to start off the week or end your week, depending on how that works for you. So, does anybody have questions? This is a kind of a short video. Do you guys have questions about the current energies or questions about this Sunday's session? Because abundance is pretty straightforward. Lakshmi is letting me know that she'll be here. There is a goddess of abundance called Abuntia, and she is going to be present as well. Let's see. Lakshmi's like, there's nothing to worry about. Ganesh says he'll be there, removing obstacles. Jesus and Mary Magdalene will be there. Jovial and Christine, the archangels, will be there. There's a lot. It's going to be a full house. It's a fun thing. I tell you, for people that if I ever get a reading from somebody and they actually know what they're doing, they always say the same thing to me. Man, it's like a full house in here. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's fun when you are contracted to work with these beings of light. It's fun. So it's the same thing. Like if you ever come to like a group session in person, you'll feel all the beings of light in the room. But I love it when you guys say hi and stop in and ask questions and things. So if you have any questions, now's a good time to type one. Not personal ones, but about like the energies that are going on right now. It's going to be an interesting summer. I'm excited for how things are lightening up a little bit. Things are coming in, into physical being, watching certain relationships shift and the energy shift. And it's always the same thing I asked them. I was like, is there anything that you want them to know? And they said two things. One, breathe. Remember to breathe, because that'll keep the flow going within your body. Because if you're holding your breath, you're restricting the energetic flow through your heart line as well. The other thing that they're mentioning, what's the other thing? Breathing, drinking water, just going with the flow as much as you possibly can, and just being in acceptance as much as you possibly can for things that are shifting. And that isn't always what ends up being chaotic, is when it's something a little bit different from what people expect. So we have Intuitive Sands and we have Cindy here. Hi. Thank you for saying hi. So yeah, this is a short and pretty straightforward one. I get on here and I feel like there's so much more to be said, but I don't know. Anyway, so hello from Hawaii. Things are going well here, even though about 300 miles south we have the volcano getting ready to erupt, and we have big plumes of ash, and it's interesting. There's two different things going on. So you've got an energy here of people losing their home and being transient and not sure where their next home's going to be. Fire represents passion and heart energy, so you've got a lot of that moving. You have people that are sensitive to those sorts of energies, so sometimes it's like you may see more arguments break out than usual. Yeah, that kind of thing. So hi Jody. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff that's going on. We have and then you have other people that are just really grounding in terms of when the chaos starts. So, but I can always tell because you just feel agitated. You kind of want to argue a little bit more, and it's just the energy that's happening here. So you just, the main thing is, and Saint Germain's always talked about this, is how you can just shift your focus onto what it is you want, onto something different. So, and like that's something they've had. Some of you may relate to this, but that's something they have for me. So like if I have even some of my friends I've had to completely blow off that are like needing me to be there for them, and I'm just like, listen, my friends are I have you guys as friends to get away from my work, which is intent like to create balance. You have balance where you're doing your work, and you have balance where you're not, and it's just like so sometimes I will just have to say, listen, this is a bit too much like work right now. And so yeah, it's interesting boundaries where I'm just like, I can't hang around some friends right now because there's brings up a lot of stuff for people. So it's important for people that do really deep work to have a sense of balance in their life of, what's more fun and adventurous and things like that. So those people, I'm like, yeah, love you, but you've got to go find somebody else who can help you. So, yep, interesting things. So you got to have some balance. You can't have friends turning you know, your friendships into clientele and things like that. So it can get really messy sometimes with those sorts of boundaries. So how are you guys doing? I'm gonna have to cut it short if there aren't any comments. So just want to let you guys know it's a good week to sign up if you want some healing for your abundance or fertility, or because fertility and abundance are um, like your flow of prosperity in the world. This could be finances, it could be health, it could be anything abundance related, in terms of like your flow with spirit, that sort of thing. This is the sort of thing that's going to be addressed. So you will most specifically see it with this particular healing session, even if you don't have like any issues you feel or any areas to be able to increase in terms of abundance. It's fun to start out the week and just feel the beings of light and the higher vibrations. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to tune in. It's a cool thing because when you show up, you may have some stuff on your mind, but by the time you're done, usually it's like anything that you may have been concerned with is gone. So, oh, cool. Cindy K says I just did meditation with Lakshmi. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, she's amazing. If you take a photograph of her or a statue of her and put it in the back left corner of your dwelling or of your office, she's even stating you could put a picture of her in the back left corner of your wallet, then she increases abundance as well. I personally, I will put her in every single left hand corner of every room. Now this is when you've got the back door behind you. This is some basic feng shui. Yes, you can hide it behind a plant. Yes, it doesn't have to be. It could be a printed out image of her, but she really wants to help. And oh, that's funny. Amanda says I was just thinking about and bringing Lakshmi up. Wow, I was asking who was working with you. Well, you're right on time, showing up here for the abundance webinar. We're gonna have it's only $22. It's on my website, teresamonroe.com. Go to the weekly healing sessions, and then you can join and receive healing for that. They'll be working with any subliminal beliefs around that. I do have a very in-depth. This one works. This is a separate offering you'll have to email me about. Contact me through my contact page. My team will get back to you. There is a healing session that'll go through 60 different subliminal beliefs and programming to move out of the way to be able to like get your abundance really online. And that's amazing because I went from making at that point in time, because it'll last for a certain amount of time for you. Sometimes it's for people indefinitely, but if you really do the work with this, Sundays are kind of like a smaller precursor for those that are ready. But if you really want to go for financial abundance, there's a different program for that you can contact me for, and it goes through about 60 different subconscious beliefs that they reset all at one time. It's pretty intense, and only side effect is it leaves you with a headache for a few hours, but usually I can get in there and ask them to move some of that out. And then, some people have had some fantastic success with that. So, those of you that have been looking to, so going back to this Sunday's session, for some of you, let's see. Yeah, they've just, sorry, I've got some comments coming up. For some of you that are wanting to work with fertility in terms of like, not just financial fertility, but like, because there is a tie to basic fertility and finances and abundance and that sort of thing, they are working with that as well. And that will be this Sunday at 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So, however, it could be anytime during the day that time. So, pretty cool stuff. I also offer one-to-ones for that. But that's interesting that you guys are working with Lakshmi as well. She really is wanting to come online right now, and all the beings of abundance wish to help you with that, because there's a tie to physical health and financial abundance too. So there's several different options depending on what you're wanting to be able to invest in yourself at this given time. So we're only about 15 minutes in. Did you guys have any other questions? Because it's timely that she shows up working with you guys, and then also has you come on live. So yeah, the new moon manifestation stuff, it's right on time for that as well. That was that's super potent if you do it within the first 8 hours of when the actual time of the new moon is. So something that she'll sometimes have people do is charge paper during the full moon. So place it like on the windows during the full moon. And then use that for manifestation paper during the new moon. You write on it for the new moon, and then you place it on the window again where the sun will hit it, and it's you tend to leave it there taped on the window until like the ink has been bleached out. So that's an interesting thing that she'll have people do for that sort of thing. Yeah, so awesome. Amanda says, love the synchronicity there. We'll check it out. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of synchronicity there with all these things. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing. They're sitting, yeah, because this was a really powerful one, because we had the new moon coming into Taurus, which was specifically about, or was it full? I'm blanking on which it was. I think this was the new one. But this was a very, very powerful one because it has everything to do with stability and finances and bringing in abundance or whatever it is that you are specifically looking for. So I did my little shopping list. I was like, here we go. This is what I want. And so, yeah, some of it started to manifest already. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and log off here, and feel free to contact me through my website, teresamonro.com, or my team if you have any questions about the upcoming session. So sending you guys lots of love. Thanks for being part of it, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Oh, hang on. Oh, you brought up what was going on in Hawaii with the volcano right when I was thinking about asking as well. I have a trip booked for training in Pahoa in January, and I'm keeping updated on it. Yeah, I don't know which island that is. It's definitely not the island I'm on, but yeah, just keep checking in. There's plenty parts of the islands that aren't affected at all. So, like, January, it'll be a different time compared to now. So these islands are definitely alive and doing their own thing. But I want to say there's certainly portions that are just completely beautiful, especially the Big Island because it's so big. There's portions that aren't affected by the ash. It depends on which way the wind's blowing. Although I will say I think the fog is probably pretty bad there right now. We're 300 miles north, and we've got fog going on now. So you'll hear it every now and again. If I'm on video and my throat if I'm like coughing somewhat, it's because we're dealing with the fog from, even when it's not, completely erupting, we'll be dealing with some of that up north, and the eyes start itching and it becomes difficult to breathe and stuff like that. They have it on the news for the weather and that sort of thing, for something to watch out for. So if you're going to like higher elevations, hiking is something you want to pay attention to, and drink more fluids and things like that. So but yeah, you should be you should be fine. I'm not sure what part of the island that is. But if that's Big Island, then I don't know. I just have a feeling it'll work out for you. It'll be a different part of the island that they take you to or something, which would be perfect. So awesome. Anyway, saying bye, logging off, you guys. Talk soon. Bye.